Friends, I'm back with another machine on the One Hub, which is OneUni 1. The link will be added into the description section below so that you can download and play the machine. Before we go ahead, if you don't mind, please subscribe to my channel and also leave a like below. You're greatly appreciated. So without further ado, let's just get started. We can switch over to the Kali Linux VM. First of all, we need to discover the IP address of the target. As you can see, the IP address of target could be recognized as 141. So what are we going to do next? We need to do the port and surface scanning with the Nmap. To save time of this video, I've already done that before. So for now, we just get out its result. As you can see over here, I used the option like SyncScan, the version scan, the default script scan, followed by the -p- to do the full range port scan. The last option for all is ON to output the result into this file. Although as you can notice here, the IP address has been changed from the first time when I did the machine. So from the Nmap scanning, we can tell that the target has only one open port number. Excuse me, and which is 80 running HTTP surface, and also its corresponding version information, Apache 2. So what are we going to do next? It's very straightforward. We need to do immersion with this web application because there is no other applications available. And so let's fire up our browser to do the manual immersion first. Press enter. And we got this beautiful site back. Practice what you learn. Yeah, I stress this for many times. I think the hands-on practice is very necessary means to learn cybersecurity. And anyway, without off track, let's go back to this site. There's some links or pages like about, courses, and the stuff, and the blog, and contact. However, at the top, you can notice this information, and we can copy. This is the email address, right? And we can paste over here. So from this email address, we can get 2 points. The first one, admin is possible username, and the suffix, this should be the domain name. So before we go ahead, I think we can append this host name or domain name into the host file. Okay, so let me echo, and of course I need to change the IP address to 141. Let's hit enter. It's done. And just now we access the target by IP address. This time, I'd like to access the target by domain name. And we can copy and paste over here. So I think we get the same application. So afterwards, we can use IP address or domain name. It depends on your habit, okay? So now, for me, I will use the IP address. So I'd like to close up this one. Of course, if we cannot find any entry or attack surface, maybe we need to do some like a subdomain immersion, okay? But for now, we need to do more immersion. For example, I think we can to check whether this site has robots file or not. Press enter, not found. Next, we can launch Ligato to do the automatic immersion. You know, I always use Ligato to start the automatic immersion. And here, as you can see, not only the header and request header can be retrieved, and also some common files or directories can be enumerated out as well. So in this case, images I need to take a look at this directory. You know what we need to do? We need to look for some weird picture. For example, like a file size is very different from others, or maybe the file name is a bit weird. But in this case, everything looks normal. Okay, so now let's pull up the terminal again. We can launch the GoBuster to do the directory enumeration. You know, I'm just following this some sort of standard methodology. Although, of course, GoBuster can discover some files or pages and directories immediately, but I don't think they're new ones. I think during the manual enumeration stage, we have already found such pages. So to save time of this video, I'd like to interrupt here. And let's go back to the browser. You know, so far we didn't find anything useful besides what? No, nothing. Okay, so let's go back to the browser to continue our manual enumeration. You know, enumeration is the key to this machine. We must be very patient and careful. For example, the home, we need to check its source code, but we can scroll down. Nothing important we can find, and also about. Similarly, we can go to the courses, and then we can view page source by right-clicking the buttons. As you can see here, we found this comment, and this is the hyperlink or contains hyperlink. And so from this comment, we can find this new page we can copy and access this page. All right. I think although it looks like we got the same content, but at the bottom you can find this link, and we can click, and we are redirected to this e-class. And this should be some sort of administrators panel. And next, I think we can check whether we can use the weak credentials like admin as username and admin as password. Enter. So wrong username. Next, I try to use the login bypass technique. And password. Enter. So wrong username or password. You know, I'd like to make a short recap on how to exploit the user login form. First one, we can try weak credentials, right? Credentials. And next, we can try to use login bypass technique, okay? And next, and then we can try to use SQL map to test SQL injection vulnerability, right? And if none of them can work, and then we can try to make brute forcing, okay? So I think for the user login form, there are at least 4 ways to exploit. And so far we have already tried the first 2. So next we can try this one. So how to do? For me, I always use it this way. I also suggest you do it this way as well. We can enable the Fox proxy plugin and we can launch the Burp Suite. And we can click OK. Next, start. And make sure the proxy, navigate to proxy tab, and the intercept option should be on. And then we can input anything like the min and password. Okay, and hit enter. As you can see, Burp Suite intercepted the request. And then we can save the request to file, and we can name it as rec.txt. And then I think we can close up Burp Suite to save the resource of my Kali Linux. And also we can restore the Fox proxy to or disable the proxy. And now we can press enter again. So next we can try to use SQL map with option of R to specify the request file. And the level is 3. And we can press enter. Because I've already made such testing or SQL injection testing earlier. So this time, when we do such test the second time, this will be done very quickly. Okay. Anyway, I think from the output we can tell that the target is vulnerable to the SQL injection vulnerability, has already identified the backend DBMS as my circle. So next, we can put the option of DBS to enumerate out databases on the target. As you can see, the several databases, but I think this one and this one should be, should be under our research, right? So, for example, we can use the uppercase D to specify the database name. And we can tables. We need to know how many tables with this database. And we can use the batch option. As you can see, there are several tables or 16 tables with this database. And I think this one the user table always contains credentials, the username and the password, right? So next we can use the uppercase T to specify the table name and dump. And we can, the batch, we can use also the batch option. As you can see, we found the username and also the password, right? So of course we want this one because this is the administrator. So we can copy its password. We can copy and then we can note to our notebook. And next we can go to the login form again, admin, and we can paste the password here, enter. And as you can see, we successfully log into this E-class. I think this should be some sort of the CMS. And then later we need to check whether this E-class has vulnerability or not. So admin 2, and there's so many functions. And at the bottom, you can get the version information. So I think this should be the version number we can copy and to paste over here. And then we can use the E-class as keyword and followed by the version number. And then you can use Google to make some research. And then you can get 2 links from, which will be linked to the exploit database. And I think this one, not this one. This one, because this one is for the SQL injection vulnerability. We have already know that this application is vulnerable to SQL injection vulnerability. So we do not need to, make use of this exploit again. However, this one, the several POC, but this one caught my attention because this one can allow us to upload PHP file. And here it show you how to do it, or the POC. Okay, you have to log into the platform as administrator. Yeah, we have already did, right? And also you can grab the administrator credentials or plain text with this one. We know we have already got that. And then we need to navigate to this page. We can copy, right? We can copy and we can put in its end. Of course, I need to remove this redundant slash and press enter. And as you can see, we can upload file, for example, like a PHP file. And then next, we can upload our PHP shell compressed in zip file. Yeah, it must be compressed. Okay, so how to do? I think I've already got the shell file. Not, sorry. I can copy from my toolsets directory, PHP, and then we need to make some modification, and IP address should be change to my Kali Linux. Okay, the port number, as always, I'd like to change to my favorite one, 555. You can choose any port number what you're comfortable with, right? And we can write and quit. And then as instructed by this POC, we need to compress this PHP file. We can use zip and shell zip and shell. Okay, press enter. And now we can go back here and browse. Navigate to our working directory. And then we can upload, submit. As you can see, the file is being decompressed. So it's being decompressed. It means that we can access the original file. However, where is the location of such a file? We don't worry, we can ignore the error. Even we didn't get the error message. And our PHP file is now uploaded to this directory. We can copy. And before we access this file, I'd like to set up the listener first. Okay, and now we can put, maybe I can put over here. Okay, and now we can use the file name. Enter. So not found. Interesting. Oh, sorry. I think this should be misspelling, right? So this should be the S rather than a C. Okay, let's press enter. It looks like it's working perfect. As you can see, we got the collection from the target. And I'd like to spawn interactive shell by Python import pty module. And okay, next we need to do some local immersion. For example, I need to go to home directory. There is one normal user, cd var only. And I think we can get the user flag without any difficulty. Okay, and then next we can check the sudo to see whether we, oh sorry, of course we didn't have the password for the www-data, so we just try 3 attempts to go on. Next we can check the kernel. Yeah, this kernel is very old, so I think also you can upload the NumPy shell script, just what I did when I did the machine first time. However, very weird. Even though this kernel is a bit outdated, but NumPy shell script didn't find a very interesting exploit. So, however, you know, this version, I must admit, is very old, and this version is vulnerable to the dirty cow vulnerability. And I'd like to, of course, I've already got the link, this one, and copy. So next, I'd like to make use of dirty cow to elevate our privilege, and we can download, and then we can open up a new tab and make the font to be bigger, and then we can move from my downloads directory, and then we need to set up the web server to upload this C code to the target. And now we can navigate to temp directory and use wget to upload. All right, and we can copy the file name. Okay, and so next I think we can use GCC compiler to compile it. Okay, and we need to check whether GCC is available on the target. It indeed is available. So let's open up a new tab. And so how to make a compilation? Always such information would be included in the code itself. We can cut out this file, and you can scroll up, and then you can get the the usage of this exploit, we can copy, and now we can, GCC, and we just paste the option in here. No error, just a warning, don't worry. And we can make it executable, and then we can run this exploit. All right, I think from the pound sign, we know that we are successful. Then we can navigate to root directory, and then we can get or grab the root flag. Okay. What's wrong? I think I have already got the destination. Maybe there's some problem with my terminal, maybe my Linux. Anyway, that's all I'd like to do in this video. See you in the next one. Bye. Have a nice day, please.